Here are your hosts, Don Getling and Gino Franti.
Well, welcome back to another fine show right here on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHCS. Don Getling here with Gino Oh, wait. There is no Gino here today. What are we going to do? Good news is we do have one of our top mortgage professionals that you've heard on the radio before joining me to co-host for the first part of the show, Mr. Daniel Hunt. Thank you for joining me, Daniel.
Well, good to be here. I'm no Gino Franti, but it's always good to be here.
You know what? This will be pretty fresh. I know all of Gino's jokes, so and I only know half of yours. Right. So we have a chance to get some fresh content here today.
I'll liven up the joint.
We'd like you to check us out actually, because we have this new beautiful custom-built studio we built right here at Cherry Creek Mortgage called the Vault Media Studios, and we'd love you to join us, but you don't have a key. The only way you can actually join us is by going to donandgino.com, donandgino.com. Click on the Listen and Chat Live button, and voila, you can enter our studio. And this is live. You can tell, obviously, by my weekly bloopers. Dan will probably add a few of those for us this week.
I'm sure I will, no doubt.
And we have a great topic for you today. Actually, one of the most popular topics we have ever had on our show now for, get this, Dan, 3 years. Can you believe they let us on the air for 3 years now?
3 years.
Yeah, that's why we have to hide in the vault. That way they can't stop us. But yeah, we have a great topic. I have a really good friend that's working with us now on a topic that's hot for everyone, because everyone either has credit or wants credit or wants to improve their credit. And we have Mr. George Hartmann with Prime National Credit Repair joining us today. Thanks for joining us, George.
Yeah, it's good to be here, Don.
Boom. He's got that booming voice, huh? George, I'm excited to share some great stuff, and I know you prepared for this really well, and you're excited about this topic, I can tell.
Yeah, absolutely. Being in the credit repair business a long time ago, and then coming, full circle and finding Prime National and how they do the business is just really exciting for people. And with everything that they've put together, it's been really great.
Well, I know you're going to share some great information about how their credit is affected, how to improve their credit, and the myths about credit repair and costs and all that, because it's a scary subject.
It's a real scary subject. There are a lot of different companies out there that promise different things, and unfortunately, a lot of people get taken and don't get the results that they're looking for. So that was one of the key things for me to join Prime National, was to actually go down and see them in Glendale, really investigate what they do, how they do it, how they've gotten their ratings, and I'm really, really excited about working with them.
Well, we're excited to have you aboard, because I'm sure a lot of you out there going, yeah, what happened to credit topics? You guys had those almost weekly, and it's imperative for us. We're very accountable to you. We're your friends that you can trust here in Santa Clarita, and we're one big happy family here. And therefore, we better be accountable, especially since we're on the air every week, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. on Thursdays, to share with you what you need to know, want to know, and should know to help guide you to personal financial wellness. And credit's one of those topics, but we felt a little uncomfortable with the subject until we found somebody that we felt was very credible, accountable, that we knew, and we did our homework as well, and they needed to have the right platform for you. So we're going to go a little bit more in depth, because you're going to really love these topics, because I don't know about you, but everybody either wants to improve their credit or got hammered with their credit over the mortgage meltdown and the giant recession and all that. I guarantee a lot of us would love to hear this information. And George, thank you for sharing that with us today.
Yeah, I look forward to sharing this information for sure.
Very cool. Dan, I don't want you to leave you out, man.
Hey, let's talk.
Okay. So we always give you an update of what's going on in the markets today. And luckily I brought Dan. Dan is the man. I'm not just saying that. But we give you an update every week, and this is live, and it's punctual, because a lot of the information you get over with typical media in most cases is old news, because they wait till they receive it from some report that takes 2 months basically to complete. Therefore, as far as we're concerned, it's old news. Also, a lot of the people delivering the information aren't experts. We do this for a living, right, Dan?
That's right, every single day.
Every day. So therefore, we can actually share with you what the data really means to you, not just reporting it. Hey, home sales are down 6.2%, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot more to it, and there's a lot to do with trends, and we can see the trends. And we've been pretty spot on the last 3 years. We have nailed the market when it's at the bottom of the market. We nailed when rates were going to go up. We've been right on target with most of our predictions. And that's why I brought Dan in, because he watches these numbers. It's required by everybody at Cherry Creek Mortgage to really pay attention to their numbers and the reports. And I know, Dan, you're online every single day, are you not, with Mortgage Coach and Rate Watch and all the other stuff we send out on a regular basis?
And you watch the stock market as well. I mean, there's a number of different sources where you can get information. Mortgage Coach and Rate Watch is, for our industry, but there's a ton of information out there, and you got to sift through it in order to figure out what the hell's going on.
Exactly. So right now, the trends, and this is a really good trend, because one of the things I hit on every single week is give you an idea where jobs are, because without jobs, there will be no recovery, plain and simple. And a lot of us were affected, including my family. My wife, got laid off of an 18-year job.
Wow.
Ouch.
Yeah.
So it affected our family as well. So without jobs, we have no recovery. And the good news is the trend has improved.
Right.
When we first started the show 3 years ago, Dan, the people filing for unemployment on a weekly basis was over 400,000 people.
Right.
What's the number? You see the numbers this morning?
It was what? I think it was, 300,000?
Yeah, right
New
around
jobs?
the $300,000 mark, 300,000 person mark, which is amazing because the trend went down to 380s, then 360s, then 350s, and it stayed below 350 for a while. It did come down around this 300-ish number for a while and then jumped back up. But the good news is we have 2 reports in a row, Dan.
It's a trend.
It's a good direction,
it's a
at
good
least.
direction to go, yeah.
I mean, we will probably have a little hit here and there, but the good news is the trend is showing improvement, and let's hope that translates into jobs. That doesn't always translate into jobs. I'll give you a perfect example. We got about a minute here, and I'll explain. And if you've heard our show before, you already know the answer to this. Even though the unemployment number, which is not the number we just went over, the unemployment number, which was above 10% in the country, and we've been watching it slowly tick down.
Yeah.
Now it's in the sevens, and everybody's all excited. But unfortunately, it hasn't completely translated into jobs. In fact, the Fed said once the unemployment numbers get to 6.5%, we'll start raising interest rates. Well, even they backed out of that. You see that, Dan?
Yeah, they did. They backed out of it, and I think it's it also kind of what that number is how many people are filing for unemployment. It doesn't necessarily mean that's how many people are unemployed, because there's people that just stopped filing for unemployment.
Exactly.
So there's it's not a bed of roses, but it's at least getting better.
Well, and to add to that is you got the people that stop filing and they don't get counted after 4 weeks.
Right.
And then you also had all the people leaving the job market. So that number that went from above 10% down to where it is now isn't job related, let's just say. So we still got to wait and see, and hopefully it creates some jobs. But when we come back, we do have some really good news about what's going on in the economy. We're talking some positive outlooks. We cannot wait to share with you on what's going on in our housing market today, and so much more when George Hartmann joins us regarding credit. We'll be right back with the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show on your hometown station, AM 1220, HTS.